Lionel grabbed a pickled onion. Listen.
Oh, be careful with Lionel.
Why?
You know what I've noticed?
Huh.
Early on, he always gives you the shield. I've had times where he's giving me something while also taking away one of my items.
Yes. I just double checked. He hasn't taken away anything.
Okay.
But I ignored him this time because I didn't want to deal with his bullshit.
Okay.
And listen, don't make it sound like I'm not a fan of Leonard Nimoy. He's just had no severe impact on my life. I'm not hatting. I'm not hatting on Leonard Nimoy. Okay, here it is. Our first monster fight with the hammer. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. I'm so excited to hit people with my hammer. Nimoy directed Three Men and a Baby? Is that true? Then I love him more. Because I've seen Three Men and a Baby a bunch.
Very different people, Jack.
You and I?
Very different people, yes.
That's really true. We are very different people. And you dick, get out of here. You haven't seen Three Men and a Baby a bunch of times?
No. I know that's shocking considering it's a Steve Guttenberg film.
Yeah.
But I have not. Ted Danson.
Ted Danson. Steve Guttenberg.
But
some other guy.
Most Steve Guttenberg. Tom Selleck. What do you mean, some other guy? I'm assuming that was a joke. Joke?
What?
Never mind.
Yes, everyone knows who Tom Selleck is. So.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Okay.
Sorry, and that wasn't a very clear joke because I do not know a lot of things. So. Put back.
Leonard Nimoy directed Star Trek 4.
Yes, I know.
William Shatner directed Star Trek 5.
Oh.
And doesn't that say everything you need to know about the two men?
Yep. Sure does.
Leonard Nimoy got to direct. Well, I want to direct too.
As pleases you.
Well, I want to direct the next movie. If Nimoy gets a shot at the chair,
both ways.
then I need to too. It'll be even better.
All right, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that Devil's Carnival. We're gonna see if I can. We're gonna see if I can make it through. That was the first thing I've ever said in chat that Jack read. Listen, there's number 2. It happens sometimes. This is here. I like playing games like this because like it's not constant action. I can look over and read the chat every once in a while. Which is nice.
Take a token on their foolishness.
Okay, the token is at stake here, Rich, for the Devil's Carnival. Okay, where is it? Huge success. Keep my eye on huge success. I think it's this one. Oh, failure. Damn it. Okay, let's try huge success again. Huge success.
Choose from these options.
Huge success.
Somebody's saying Shatner will not be at the funeral.
That's what the rumor on the Hi Jay's Manhole. That's what the rumor on the internet is Shatner's out of country or out of state filming somewhere and won't be able to make it back for the funeral. I can't imagine. Wow. I can't imagine.
Wow.
That there's anything more important than that, but
wow.
maybe he wasn't close with the Nimoy family,
I've heard they were close.
I think
Nimoy and Shatner.
Maybe he was close with him, but maybe he wasn't close with the family, and so now that he's gone, but
yeah,
I don't know. Well, that's what I'm saying. Who cares? Like, someone says he's dead. Who cares if you can't look at the damn corpse? But like, if he was close with his family, you would want to go there and comfort them. The funeral is about comforting the people that are still living, not just looking at a dead corpse. But maybe he just wasn't close with them.
I can see the point. You know that it is just a corpse at that point. Yes, yes.
But it's
Oh, Devil's Carnival. Ouch.
Yeah. But you know what? I got.
Assuming you didn't get the first time around, the first
Yeah.
one.
I got one failure and one huge success. So closer. Do I want to risk climbing down to retrieve the weapon? I already have a great weapon, but if I get another weapon, I could sell it. Nah, I have enough money. I'm just gonna leave it. All right. Oh crap! I don't have any food. Oh crap! I need the axe. I need to equip the axe for some health. There we go. Bandits attack.
Go, the greater the risk of starvation.
Shatner is committed to a charity event, is what the chat is saying.
All right. Tiberius Kirk is saying something about the motion picture. He says the motion picture doesn't have much of a cast dynamic for much of the film, partly because Decker is a new element in the story. I have my own theory about what's going on in Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Okay.
I think everybody knows that V'ger is basically a giant space vagina, right? No, I mean, right?
Uh-huh.
I think it's more of a space uterus. The theme of the motion picture is rebirth.
Sure.
All right. Now hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
When the motion picture starts, everything is wrong, right? Everything's just wrong. The Enterprise, it doesn't work right. They try to beam somebody up and they beam up all fucked up, and they're not done making it yet. The Enterprise no longer works. It's not the same. Kirk, he's moved on. He's not supposed to be on the Enterprise anymore. He's an old man that's trying to relive his glory days. Decker, by all rights, should be in charge. And in fact, when they have that problem with the wormhole, Decker's the one who solves the problem. Kirk almost gets everybody killed. Kirk does not belong on the Enterprise. McCoy does not even want to be there.
Right.
Spock, a shadow of his former self. He's lost what made him Spock. He's completely dedicated himself to logic. He's kind of a hollow shell of a person.
Sure.
And none of these elements work together anymore. Star Trek is effectively dead.
Okay.
Right? Then they fly into the magic V'ger space uterus. And it's like a rebirth. V'ger explodes and the Enterprise flies out at the end of the movie, and they're joking around like all times. You know, after they get into V'ger, Kirk starts to get his mojo back. He starts doing clever things. Spock realizes that his humanity is what made him great. What it was beneficial to him. Once they get into the magic V'ger uterus, everything is revitalized. So I think they are very deliberately off key in the first part of that movie.
I kind of like that theory. I think that's, you know what that is? That's some arty-farty bullshit that I can get around.
Is.
That's great.
It is. That's how I interpret that movie.
I buy what you're selling. I'm
sure
picking up what you're throwing down, Rich. I need this food. There we go. I think that's great. I think that's really great. Plunderer's Cabin. Ooh, that's nice too. Hag's wraps. Each strike inflicts
Some
a
of your
curse.
foes will take those curses to the grave and beyond. You treat powerful artifacts as though they were toys.
What? Shut up. Arty-farty bullshit is the best, but you know what? Like, that's what makes a film like that transcend, you know?
It has you all talking about it now.
What
the fuck?
Oh, I do want the Plunderer's Cap. I like it.
Power of a prophet.
My turds are green. Thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
It's true.
I also do, but we do, and Jack does.
Yeah.
I know I missed a couple when I was on my Star Trek rant, but I wasn't gonna stop my Star Trek rant.
No, don't stop your Star Trek
Poke
rant.
Alex in the eye. Thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it. And I'm sure I missed one or two others. 'Cause I was fairly long rant, and they're gone now.
Oh,
Whoever
no.
they were, those other 2 or 3 people who subscribed when I was in the middle of a rant. Thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
It's true. It's true, we do. Buy some more food. Alright, great. Rich's rants are so excellent. I agree. I like it. And you know what? It's not often that Rich gets arty farty with us. So I appreciate that even more.
Head downwards.
Only about Star Trek the Motion Picture, nothing else.
Oh, God. You know, I've watched that once. I haven't seen it since, so...
Oh. No, Star Trek the Motion Picture. Is what I said, Rich.
Oh, what about it?
I said you only get arty farty when talking about Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was... yeah.
And then you said you only watched that once.
I was in the middle of reading a comment of...
Oh.
And my brain was like... You were talking, but my brain... It was like weird. My brain was hearing the comment I was reading about what I had to say about Star Trek V.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that once. I have not seen it since.
Oh, God. Sure. Sure. I think I've talked about this. My feelings on Star Trek the Motion Picture is I feel like it needs a massive re-edit. Really just take out the entire look how great the Enterprise looks on the big screen montage.
You can say that, but oh man, does that Enterprise look great? That Enterprise really looks great.
Sure does. We don't need to see it that much. You can cut out a good 25 minutes of that. Of the entire time it takes Shatner to get to the Enterprise, the 45-minute montage. One curse. Everybody moves
Little
20.
pleases me more than watching your attempt to wriggle away from bad
What?
luck.
That's a horrible curse.
What did you get
Did
cursed
you
on?
expect
Cursed
me to
with?
tell you?
Enemies move faster and take 50%
A
less
fortune
damage.
teller is at their most base and despicable when they begin to
I
believe
like
their
I've
own
gotten.
lies.
How'd you get the
three-
curse?
When you play endless mode, you get a curse after every level.
My
Oh,
powers
okay.
are genuine.
Well, you could find a shop to decurse yourself, save up some money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, and like so far, like I've gotten 3 tokens this run. I'm feeling pretty good about this run. So. That's
Yeah, John Keeler, you are right about the ugly uniforms on the motion picture, but
Yeah.
at the same time, they're kind of fascinating because they've only worn those uniforms once, so it makes you wonder what was going on at Starfleet. I'm gonna try out these new uniforms. Oh God! No, we're not using those again.
You know, it happens every once in a while. The military goes through new uniforms.
But with the uniforms, it's like it seemed like you just wear whatever the fuck you want.
Sometimes. It's is that a recent thing? They've recently discovered, you know, there was that big American military uniform debacle where they re-outfitted the entire U.S. Army in that like pixelated looking camo uniform, only to discover that it's actually makes them significantly more visible. Like it.
Oh my God!
It does not work in a very real way.
Why would they do that in the first place then?
Because
you think they'd test these things out?
They did, and they thought it worked better, but then after we bought it, they did more testing. I'm going to attempt to take him by surprise. Okay. I think it's this one. Oh, failure. That digital camo shit is awful, and apparently it actually, like, not only does it look awful, it is ineffective. Okay, here we go. I have my axe. I'm going to try to get some of my health back. It sucks. Like, I have this wonderful hammer. This wonderful kill everybody hammer, but I got to use my piddly axe.
You can do it, Jack. You can do it. You need to decurse yourself.
Yeah.
Get a shop and money. Save up money.
Also, there are tiny rats here. I've never fought tiny rats before. I've never
Let me
fought
see.
tiny rats.
You've never fought the Ratmen?
No, they're tiny rats. They're like dogs. They're like
They're
dogs.
always that size.
What?
They're always that size.
No. There's rat men.
How far have you gotten in story mode?
Halfway through.
The rats are that size.
No. There are rat men, which are like the size of me. But then,
I know I'm probably 12 seconds behind, but the people you're fighting right now are the rat men. That's how big they are.
I wonder if it was just a weird perspective thing. Are you looking at them right now?
Yeah.
Not the guys who are shooting stuff at me. The little guys. They're like dogs. They're like dog size.
The guys who were shooting arrows at you?
No, the other guys.
I didn't see anything that looked like a tiny rat man. They all look like the rat men. There's the one big one who's like the boss. The Jack of Rats.
Yeah.
We're not fighting. Yep, that's one special rat.
No. I fought two things right here. Nice. Oh, this helmet is the greatest helmet.
Kim Ashton says on the farm they were much bigger.
They were much bigger
On the farm.
Dog rats. I made the greatest choice ever, though. I have the Plunderer's helmet, which means anytime I get a gain card, the dealer draws 2 and I get to pick one. That's the greatest card because I get all the good stuff.
Hello, Elvis Delvis.
Elvis.
He's checking in from the hospital.
Oh.
Are you doing okay? What's wrong?
Are you okay? I just fought a dog rat.
He fought a regular rat man.
That was a dog rat, Elvis.
It was a regular rat man that was the exact same size as all the other regular rat men.
It looked like a dog rat, Elvis.
And you missed my Star Trek the Motion Picture Rebirth theory, which I just explained it. Can't explain it again.
Hopefully you came. Hopefully you came for that. Hopefully you were listening and just decided to type in after that. It was pretty neat. Oh, you're in the hospital, but you're not needed in the, you're not. He's in the hospital for someone else.
Oh.
Well, good for you being there.
Hopefully she'll be fine.
Yes.
I sounded insincere. I was not meaning to sound insincere. I hope she's fine.
What kind of armor do I have right now? Medium armor?
Jack and Rich, what are your favorite soundtracks for sci-fi movies? My brain cannot process every science fiction movie I've ever seen at once.
Have you? The soundtrack is out there for the original Solaris movie, not the remake, not the George Clooney remake, or who remade Solaris?
I don't know who made it. I know George Clooney was in it.
He was in the remake.
Okay.
The soundtrack is out there for the original Solaris, and if you're into kind of minimalistic, atmospheric, creepy stuff, it's really cool. Sci-fi soundtracks, Tron. We've talked about Tron Legacy soundtrack.
Tron Legacy has a great fucking soundtrack.
Tron Legacy soundtrack is so fucking good.
There are probably some really classic fucking sci-fi movies and they have a great soundtrack. I'm not thinking of them right now, and I'll feel bad about it.
Oh yeah, it's by Tarkovsky's Solaris. You're a baller as fuck, Osmike. Rich, are you okay?
Yeah, I actually just walked over to my DVD little rack here, and I'm looking at my science fiction movies, trying to think about it.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Well,
I guess Back to the Future has a fine soundtrack. I don't know if it's listen to that on its own.
Yeah. Well,
Terminator has an effective soundtrack.
An effective soundtrack?
Yes. Cheap and effective.
All right. I'll take that. All right. I have enough health now where I'm going to switch back to my hammer, I think. Ooh, a new card, the Royal Treasury.
Your eyes glinting from here.
What's in the Royal Treasury?
I don't know.
Gold? Weapons? I've never gotten the Royal Treasury, I don't think.
Ooh,
what'd you get that one for?
There's a token at stake. I don't know where I got the...
Oh, you don't know what unlocked that. You just ran across it. I see.
Yeah, it's a new card. In the depths. Oh, sorry. In the depths of the deepest cave in the remote wilderness, you stumble upon the old king's fabled treasure chamber. Legend claims that it is filled with treasure collected over 100 years, but guarded by a plethora of lethal spells and traps. Only the bravest or most foolish would enter.
Jack,
Yeah.
you need to clear your throat out.
Yeah, hold on.
You sound really hoarse. Do you have some water?
Oh, I'm really sorry about that. Oh,
Okay.
oh yeah. You know what? It happens sometimes. I mean, obviously, I'm going to attempt to reach the treasure. But first, I'm going to refill my glass. I'll be right back in 2 seconds.
Okay.
2 seconds. Fill time, Rich.
I'm killing time. Just send over a link. You can click on that if you want. It's related to what we've been talking about and soundtracks and whatnot. I'm just gonna let this be dead air. Here we go. Dead air. Starting now.
Did you do it? Did you fill time?
No. I blew wind into the microphone.
Okay.
Fud UV says, Red Letter Rich.
Yeah.
Please tell Jack to turn away or his run will be over.
Ooh.
Which I know in Jack terms means, let's do it.
Well, I mean, this is the first time getting this card. I already have a good number of tokens, so already the run has been a success. So we're gonna give it a try. I have the hammer equipped. I was gonna give it a try no matter what. Oh my god! Oh my god!
What happens?
Huge failure. Oh, okay. Damn it. Blades from all directions cut you to ribbons. You manage to drag your broken body back to the entrance where you rest for several days trying to heal. Ew. I now have a max of 35 health. That's terrible.
You know, I hit the one warning signs.
Yeah.
The falling one.
Uh-huh.
I came out of that event with literally 1 health. My max health was 1. And the funny thing is, I almost got out of that alive. I almost beat the Queen of Skulls.
Nice.
Almost. Like I was like one person left, and I hit a spike.
Oh no.
I almost pulled it off with 1 health.
Ooh, a priest shop. I might be able to remove a curse. I only have 60 coin though. I only have 60 coin. I should have hunkered down. You're right, Elvis. I'm so sorry. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, can I remove my curse? Ooh, I can. Remove.
The deeper you go, the harder things become.
God damn it. I can't afford any of these blessings. I have food. Let's get out of here. All right. Oi.
Dick Neutral just posted a link on YouTube to the Price is Right failure tuba.
That happens. That happens sometimes. I'm fine with it.
See what it contains. I'm
Treasure chest. Failure. God damn it. I can't keep track of these damn cards.
CGE 1138 says, Jack,
Yeah.
does it feel like the game's too easy, but they increase the difficulty artificially with random events? Random events are part of the game, but I don't think so. I've had some of the I mean, it depends on what you're encountering. Like the Ratmen, because their corpses turn poisonous. Like a large group of Ratmen will fuck my day. I mean, I've had combat encounters that were pretty hard.
You know, it's one of those things where this is something we were talking about when we were talking with Tom about like the difference between like a Binding of Isaac run and a Spelunky run.
Mm-hmm.
When you have randomly generated items and rooms and enemies, there are some games like an Isaac or like an FTL or like Hand of Fate where you're gonna have a shit run, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think there is a big luck element to this game, whereas in Spelunky, you can get through any scenario in Spelunky. Like, you will never have that shit run, only your shit reflexes. And I'm okay with just having a bad string of luck, I guess.
See, I don't look at the cards as being artificial difficulty for the combat. I look at the cards as a way to make what is essentially just the Arkham Asylum combat challenges. It's a way to make that more interesting.
Yeah.
If this were just the combat encounters, I'd think this were really dull.
Yes, agreed. The cards do give you something interesting to hang on. Ooh, gold, nice. Draw one equipment.
Rich, Tales from the Dark Side or Monsters? Well, Monsters was the cheap version of Tales from the Dark Side, but Tales from the Dark Side was the cheap version of the Twilight Zone. So, between the two, I'm gonna have to go with the Dark Side, because Monsters is like doubly cheap.
Wow.
But Twilight Zone above all.
Twilight Zone above all.
You go, Rod Serling. You go.
Yes. Stranger in the shadows. Oh, no, I will not let you have my blood for money, Sir Vampire.
Do you have that unlocked?
Every game must
Yeah.
include an element of
You do have it
surprise,
unlocked. Yeah, then
crusade.
definitely no.
Sometimes
Oh, God, no, and I only have
the
35
view
health.
on
I
the
want to
other
say he
side
takes
Well-
like 40. So,
No, he takes 10 at a time, but
oh, right.
dice.
No, but
Without it,
sometimes he'll take
the
more.
game's
You know,
not
like
cheap.
sometimes
You
you'll
can
get the
take-
random card. Yeah.
do you like video game lore? Depends upon what game you're talking about. Thief has some great lore. Thief has some great lore. The Order 1886? Not so much.
No, you know what?
Not so much.
I think the
No,
order
actually, you know what? I'll take that back.
Yeah.
The Order 1886 does have some half-decent lore. They
didn't
they
do
don't-
anything with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Order 1886 had some really interesting ideas and premises that it never ever delivered on.
This is serious business. The Dracula is using the werewolves so he can be Jack the Ripper. This is serious business.
Very
Let's
serious.
have a long discussion about it. Open that door by hitting X.
Get out of here, Skellington.
You looked into the lore of Dishonored. Dishonored is a game I need to fully get into. Like I said, I like what I saw so far, but I like it mostly because it just reminds me of Thief so much. It does Thief better than the Thief reboot did. So I want to get into Dishonored now that I have a computer that can run it right. It's one of those things I'm going to get around to eventually.
Oh, sure.
But
oh,
from what I played, I did like the Dishonored lore.
great.
Didn't play it very much though.
Someone asked a very important question, Rich. Which was worse, the Order 1886 or the Underworld film series? And the answer is the Order 1886 is far worse than the Underworld film series, because in the Underworld film series, we get to see Kate Beckinsale in a skin-tight outfit.
I'm not very familiar with the Underworld series. I never bothered to watch the movies. They look kind of stupid.
Yeah,
But it looks like they at least have more fun with the concept of
they do.
vampires and werewolves.
You get to see vampires and werewolves fight, and the werewolf hunter fight both the vampires and the werewolf. It's fun. No, it's very fun. It's
Okay.
it's not. They're not good movies, but But, you know, that's what you get sometimes.
Whoa.
Whoa.
KJTB8
A choice.
says, Reg,
Select your
the guys who
design.
made Thief 1 and 2 are kickstarting a new game, and it's reached its target and has a few days left. Underworld Ascendant. I'm going to have to check that out.
It's called what?
Thank you for Underworld. Let me scroll up. Underworld Ascendance. I'm gonna have to check that out. I literally, it's the first time I've ever heard of this. I know nothing about it.
Hold on, I'm gonna add that to my.
Thank you for bringing this thing to my attention.
Add that to my stuff looked into. Hold on for a second. Underworld Descendants.
It might be like lightning in a bottle, though. I don't know. That Thief world is just so perfect to me. Thief lore is great.
Yeah.
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 They have a fucking order of religious guys with hammers, the sledgehammers. They use sledgehammers as a weapon, not swords or shields. They just swing a giant fucking sledgehammer at you. Because they're like a masonry themed religion.
I
Take
would
your
be part
time
of.
if you
I would be
like.
part of that order. I
I've
love
waited long
hammers in
enough.
games.
I fucking love the hammers. The hammerites are great.
Underworld Ascendant. Underworld Ascendant, not Descendants. Underworld Ascendant is the name of it.
There's a world, Underworld Ascendant, which is by the creators of Ultima Underworld. I think, that might, was that an early looking class? Might have been, yeah.
Wait, is it?
Yeah.
Wait, so is that the thief things? Is that the one?
I think that is. Yeah. I forgot they did Ultima Underworld, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Wow. That made a lot of money. There you go. Ooh, it's an RPG series, Rich.
Hoard your and learn nothing in the
I'll later I'll read that and see what it's all about.
Sure.
So
Okay, I have some gold now. Is there a way you can look at the deck? No. No, there is not. Which one of these? I think this was the priests. Yes, call for the priest. Okay, here we go. I've never backed a Kickstarter. I'm scared. That's okay. Then just don't. Then just they.
yeah,
made
you don't
their
have
goal.
to.
They made their
Yeah,
goal, so
they-
wait
yeah.
for the game to come out, and then you can just
Yep.
buy the game. I would understand that. I think I personally have backed Kickstarters that have never come to full fruition, or you know, like that have been successful, but I didn't receive.
Yeah,
the
then
thing.
you didn't see the end result.
I didn't see the end result, and it hurts. It's a kick in the balls, but you know that's what happens sometimes.
When's the next best of the worst? I don't know what kind of shape it's in right now. I assume it's currently being edited.
Yes. I also assume that.
I could not give you an ETA. I don't know where that is. Rich, Automan or Manimal? Totally Automan. I'm not gonna tell you. Look it up.
All right.
Many of these blessings are too good for the likes of you.
Some food. Great. Great. We are doing great, Rich. Can you name off some Kickstarters that you regret backing? There was a Kickstarter that I backed a while ago. It was probably the first Kickstarter I backed, and it was for some band was doing an album or something. I forget. It was like a little band that I enjoyed, and they were doing an album. And one of the tiers was that you would get a vinyl copy of the album with signature, and it was a compilation. They were putting together a compilation album. And then, and the tier I backed at, it promised that I would get a signature from all of the bands on a copy of the vinyl record, And I was like, oh, that seems really neat. Some of the bands I really enjoyed. And so I was like, oh, I want this. I want this tchotchke, you know, like this physical item. I don't even have a record player, but I wanted the physical tchotchke with all the signed things.
Yeah.
And the guy who was running the Kickstarter got a hold of me eventually, and it was just like I couldn't get the signatures.
Really? Oh.
And it's like, didn't you record all of these bands? Like, also, wasn't your band one of them that were recording? Are you telling me you couldn't get your own band to sign the album? Is this how little effort you've put into this? And the guy just straight up was like, so, like, do you want your money back or what? And I was like, absolutely, give me my money back. you dickhead. It was just like,
Of course, mages have their own rules.
it was like
Power,
the simplest
mostly.
thing, where it's like, pass along the album to the people, you know. But that was the biggest example. I also backed, not like I regret it because they're still working on it. I backed this piece of software that can take vocal recordings and transfer them to MIDI instrument tuning, so you could hum a song and have it play on a piano on your computer. And it's really neat, and like the betas that they've been putting out have been really cool and working really well, but they're working on it very slowly. So I don't regret it, but it's just coming along a lot slower than I would have liked.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
So, what?
What?
I don't know. You know what? I don't know. And, you know, like, I did back the Double Fine Adventure Kickstarter. But I do
That might
not...
actually come out, though.
Part 1 came out, and Part 2 they are working on. But
you sure?
I submit to you that being able to watch all of the making of videos that Two Player Productions have been producing has been worth the whole Kickstarter. Watching the creative process of them make the game has been amazing. I would have paid just to watch the video.
Because you've seen the behind the scenes stuff with that.
Yeah.
What happened? What's the story, right? Originally, the Kickstarter was for like 14,000 or something, right? I mean, it was pretty low.
Yeah.
And they got like millions.
Yeah.
So what was the problem? why are they barely able to make this game?
Well, part of the problem is, you know, most of the money went to physical rewards. You know, so
Yep.
like, for example, you know, so many, like half of that $1 million just went to the money it would take to print T-shirts and print posters and make the
Really?
DVDs. You know, like, yeah, absolutely, because it costs money to, you know, make DVDs and print posters.
Oh,
and,
sure.
and so it's like, so then you have to, like, you know, cut the amount of money in half, right? Because that all just goes to physical rewards. Then you add to that them wanting to get the game on as many platforms as promised as possible, which takes a little more time, means you need a bigger team. Then you have, on top of that, the real key to all of this is Tim Schafer's incredible ability to mismanage money.
Yeah.
So
That's nothing new.
right.
That's,
No, that's nothing new, but
that was the problem with Brutal Legend. I mean, that was in development for a comically long time, if I remember.
and so imagine then, like, not having anyone with the checkbook telling him no, and that was the real problem. And actually, I think they brought that up a little bit in one of the videos where, like, their producer was like, I'm now taking a bigger role in this because you need to get better. Which he should
do
have
you-
been doing from the first place.
What do you think the future holds for Double Fine after this?
That's a good question. I think once the Kickstarter is done and they can start working on games again, I don't know.
But the Kickstarter was to work on games.
Right?
I heard they just laid a ton of people off.
Did they?
Yeah. I was like,
I mean, that's quite possible. I don't know. I've also heard like really bad things about their adventure game.
The Broken Age?
Broken Age, yeah.
Hmm.
The whole reason like that they made this was to harken back to the good old days of point and click adventure games.
Yeah.
And people are calling it like the worst aspects of modern day iPad adventure games. Like being far too easy, like just being too not much of anything, So
well, I know
what's gonna happen is they're gonna run out of money, and Tim Schafer is gonna slap together a Psychonauts sequel that everyone is gonna buy again, even though it's gonna be terrible.
I couldn't tell you what it's called, but I heard that the people who did Maniac Mansion, not Tim Schafer, but the first one, the first original Maniac Mansion, they just had a Kickstarter to do a game in that style.
Didn't Double Fine help him make The Cave? What's his name?
God,
What's
I don't
his
remember.
Name? Dave, or I don't know. Doesn't matter. Let's see here. At the start of each combat, a random opponent is highlighted. If that creature is the first to die, then it pops out 5 gold, which the player may collect. Great. No one bought Psychonauts in the first place. Exactly. So now it's one of those, like, Psychonauts is one of those, like, ooh, nice. Is one of those, like, quote-unquote hidden gems now, which I don't agree with. I don't much care for Psychonauts. But people recognize the name, so it'll make money. That's what's going to happen. Ron Gilbert. Thank you. Ron Gilbert. The guy who did
Overspun says,
yeah.
Double Fine canceled an undisclosed game and laid off 12 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They might be on the way out.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they put their creative in charge of their finances.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad. I still like Tim Schafer.
Mm-hmm.
I do, but yeah.
Well, and you know what? You're supposed to work together. The creative and the suit are supposed to work together. The creative says, I want to do everything and bounce on the moon with a pogo stick made of cheese. And
Here's
the suit says, hey, settle down. What? Here's the
sorry,
other
I'm
thing.
done. I'll finish your thought.
I was going to go on a comic kind of rant, but
go ahead, finish your comic
I'm done.
rant.
I'm done.
No, you're not. I can't now. I feel too bad. I ruined your comic rant. I'm a jerk.
He was bouncing on the moon, right? You go.
Tim Schafer. You're just waiting for me to talk before you talk now. That's fine. I deserve it. I absolutely deserve it. No, Tim Schafer, I mean, he's creative, but was it ever really, his gameplay design that was fun about him, or was it his writing, I mean, he could write interesting characters.
Yeah, I think that was it. It was just his writing.
But was he ever, really the one totally in charge of gameplay itself? I don't know.
No, but he's like the lead creative, and so like he comes up with like the overarching idea. Other people worry about gameplay mechanics. Other people worry about actually coding the game. All he usually figures out is the story. But they still put him in charge of the entire company,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well,
they didn't put him. He put him, and he started the company. But
sure. Psychonauts is so fucking overrated. I really did not enjoy Psychonauts. It had really fun characters, but every level was a tutorial level, and you never got to use the things you learned in new levels because you were learning a new way to deal with the next level. I did not care for it, but I know many people did, and hopefully that doesn't take away from your enjoyment of it. Get out of here! Ratman!
my reasoning for bringing up the fact that Tim Schafer's a writer first and a actual gameplay designer second has more to do with the fact that some of the games that Double Fine have been a little bit lacking in the game department.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I like Brutal Legend more than most people do. A lot of people think, bad game. Good writing, not so great a game. Now people are apparently complaining about the game design of Broken Age, which I haven't touched yet. I'm waiting for the second part before I even touch it. So, I mean...
Yeah, no, and I agree with that, by the way.
It's hard to be shocked about those things. That's my only real point.
Yeah.
I still love those characters he made. I mean, I'm not taking away from that aspect of things. You just can't be shocked when the games he made, all him, are lacking.
Tiberius Kirk brings up a really good comparison, which is George Lucas.
Yeah.
Whereas in a writer, as a person who just has an idea, he's great. Like, he comes up with an idea, and if you put other people at the helm of the actual production of the movies that he has the genesis of, they turn out fantastic. But if he's 100% in charge of them, then
Abysmal Squid. Brutal Legend is the shit, and anyone who thinks otherwise is a poser. Now, I really like Brutal Legend.
Whoa.
But the game feels unfinished. It feels like there's a missing third act. And he worked on that goddamn game for years. Like, I remember reading about that game like 5 years before it came out or something ridiculous. So he's not good Tim Schafer is not good at getting shit done.
And I think, like, having seen the behind-the-scenes stuff, I think the one person who would agree with you on this is Tim Schafer, by the way. I think he's very aware of his shortcomings as a businessman. I should not have gone in there.
No, you should not have.
That treasure, Rich.
I hate the treasure cave thing that you're doing now.
The maze of traps.
The maze of traps.
Yeah.
I always lose more health than it's worth it.
Yes.
Because it's like -10 for every hit you take, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm
too
down.
much.
I'm down. But really, I only have 35 max health at this point, so it's like I'm dead. I'm dead at any point.
You've had 35 max health for a while.
Yeah.
Keep cutting it out. Come on.
Time heals. What does this do? During combat,
Rich.
press
Powerful
right bumper to
tool
twist
in the
time
right
to help
hands.
it with a starting value. No, I don't want that.
Rich, what game do you like that everyone hates? I don't know if they hate it, but it didn't get very much attention at all. Vanquish. I fucking love Vanquish. It came out. Nobody talked about it. People complained about the story and the best action game, one of the best action games ever made. People complained that the story wasn't convoluted enough.
Huh? Do I already have a ring?
You fight space Russians. That's so cheesy. It's supposed to be cheesy. It's an excuse to have a very fun action game.
There is no medicine stronger than time.
Rich, why don't you like KOTOR? I just don't care about KOTOR because I don't care about the Star Wars universe. Star Wars is a great movie. So is The Empire Strikes Back. The Star Wars universe? Kind of a shitty thing.
Nice. Yes, I want the plunders, right? Yes, I agree. I agree with you. What? You're right, Dick Neutral. I would love some aspirin right now, but I'm already back at full 35 health, so I need to raise my max health. This is a little crazy.
Casper says people complain about the story, but then praise games like The Order. The story in The Order is just such. Oh God.
Hey. We got a whole big video coming out about that, Rich.
I know the video's coming out, but I'm just gonna say,
Yeah.
that story.
Yeah.
If it were a fun action game, it'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a fun action game, and they treat it so seriously. Ah, Jesus Christ.
That's really true, Rich. They treat that story incredibly seriously. If you want to judge The Order 1886 by its story, go ahead. You tell me how good that story is. They did. No, there is praise out there for The Order. Rich and I looked up the reviews after we got done with our discussion because we don't like looking at that stuff beforehand. We don't want anyone else's opinions to taint ours. Metacritic gives it a 6.5, which, that's not great. But there are some people who are giving this game an 8 or a 9 out of 10. And that's shocking. Shocking. Yeah, and I don't care that 6 is bad for IGN. 6 is still C+. The only person
you make it. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say.
I didn't know you had more to say. Keep going.
All I really, the worst I saw was from Electronic Gaming Monthly, which I didn't even know was still a thing because they canceled their physical magazine. But Electronic Gaming Monthly gave it something like a 2 out of 10. It's like, yes, that's exactly what it was worth. Sorry, you go ahead now.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You make a game that's, experience before gameplay.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure you're grateful.
And the experience is terrible.
Yeah.
That's unforgivable.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. It's a mood-setting game. Elvis, we're gonna have words.
The mood is boring.
The mood is disappointment.
This is something I don't think we remembered to say during the review, but I mean, if The Order were a movie, if you judge it like a movie, the pacing is terrible. It's so slow.
It's really true. A 6 out of 10 is a D. On a high school grading scale, a 65 is an F. Yeah, but that's not a 6 out of 10 is better than half. I guess I don't know how their scales work. Scales are dumb. I hate number rankings because they get into confusing stuff like this. Hey, Rich.
Let's talk about Vanquish.
Rich,
Vanquish is fun.
Wait. There's an important question. Have any game companies tried to bribe you for a positive review? If so, with what?
Game companies don't even know we exist. And I'm fine with that.
Red Letter Media fans barely know we exist. Come on. By the way, here's what I will tell you guys officially. If a game company ever tries to bribe us with anything, I will tell you immediately because it'll be a funny story.
I think I was reluctant to do what was that last for Axis one called that space civilization
Beyond Earth.
Beyond Earth. I was reluctant to do anything with Beyond Earth because they sent me the T-shirt.
Well, yeah, and they sent you the T-shirt because we did the XCOM streams, and they.
Oh yeah, because we did the XCOM stream. It had nothing to do with Beyond, Earth. But
right.
It's like after that, we probably shouldn't do this game now because it could look weird.
Right. How much would it take to bribe you? I mean, I guess not much.
Surprisingly little. Surprisingly little.
At their heart, all games are about power, are they not? The acquiring of power, the retaining of power.
Dark Dweller.
And most
I
important,
think I died to this guy last time. Have you had the tentacle monster yet?
Yeah, if there's a way around, just go back, turn around.
Right. Flee. Oh yeah, and it's a dead end, so I can just flee back the way I came. Great.
I'm gonna need to borrow your
everywhere
your
you
capture device,
Your
and you're gonna need to show me.
choice.
So one of these Sundays,
even
I really want to stream Vanquish.
Okay. No, and I got actually a second capture device.
Oh, really?
Because the one doesn't work with Max, so I will give you the one that doesn't work with Max. So
That sounds perfect. Yeah.
I thought this day might come, and one that does work with Max was on sale. So
Okay. Good.
so
Yeah, I totally want to stream
This
Vanquish.
token will
Okay.
unlock more cards if you can defeat this
yes, they're
encounter.
saying yes. Stream Vanquish. Oh no! Several dead adventurers lie underneath piles of stones before you. Don't bother. Yeah. And by the way, I'm not going to bother trying to get this treasure. Fuck that treasure. I'm getting out of here. Ooh, surprise portal.
Ooh, warning signs. Oh, did you skip warning signs? Tell me you skipped warning signs. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
watching.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I skipped warnings. I'm not going through there.
Well, you know what? It might be worth it just to unlock the token and be done with
Sure.
it.
Sure. I suppose.
It's too late now.
Too late now, yeah. No, I'm out of here. Wait, what did that surprise portal do? I wasn't paying attention. I was just hitting buttons. God damn it.
I think it reshuffles cards, takes you to a new stage.
Oh, okay. Great. Let's get out of here.
And I think it's like an automatic, unavoidable stairs.
Oh, okay.
Are you Rich? Are you any good at Vanquish? I'm decent at Vanquish. If I do it for a stream, it's gonna have been like a, I don't know, year, maybe not quite a year since I played it last. So I'll probably be rusty as all fucking hell. But I've never been able to no death run it. But I think I'll have decent.
Oh, that's good. Rich, are you sick of playing Plinkett? Telegon wants to know.
No,
The black
No.
deck delivers.
it's not like it's all I do 7 days a week.
Right.
Do you understand?
He comes
what
out every
you
now and then.
can
He's
do?
not even on every half in the
Did I
bag.
rush you through the rules,
That's
pushing
true.
you into the play before you were prepared?
Ooh, I got the ride.
War Truck says the only real problem with Vanquish is that it's too short. You know, Vanquish is just the right length because it's a very, very replayable game. I can play that from start to finish in a fairly long sitting, but you know it can be done,
Hmm.
and I think that's a good length for a fun action game.
I need food. I got a tough choice ahead of me, Rich. No, it's simple. Ask for food. Get food.
You need to know what they think of The Last of Us. I'm reluctant to play a game that puts story ahead of gameplay.
Having recently played a AAA title that puts story in front of gameplay, I'm going to say no. I'm not ever going to play The Last.
If it's lots of pseudo scenes and
Rich, you're kind of glitching.
Are
out
we
a
still
little
online?
bit.
Okay. I mean that game just it looks schmaltzy. It's just a little girl. You have a little girl. Protect a little girl.
Yeah. No,
I don't know.
I'm not, because of the order. I'm just not. I'm just not because of the order. Yeah, I know Richard's cutting out. It's fine. I don't care if it's nothing like the order. It's a story heavy game light game, and I'm done with those. So, it's just Uncharted without the adventure and platforming. So then it's nothing.
The there's a token in it for you if you win.
Ooh, the river.
If I wanna watch a movie, I'll watch a movie. I mean, you can have a good story in a game, but you should have a good game in your game too.
Because there are other mediums that handle storytelling better. Movies, books, plays, storytelling.
There's a balance. I mean, I know I love No More Heroes because the story is just very fun. The gameplay's not bad. The gameplay's, it's great. You just whack your sword around, kill a bunch of people, and then you get a great cutscene at the end of that. But I don't know if I want to play some really just bland third-person cover-based shooter. Again.
Tyrone Slothrop says, Jack, I hate it when you judge books by their covers, and you do it very often. That's what covers are for. They're for judging books.
You have to judge if you take that philosophy to its extreme, you have to buy and play every single game that ever comes out. Right. And that shit gets expensive.
You cannot judge anything, and I'm not going to judge The Last of Us because I've never played it. It looks like something I would not be into. So why would I want to? I could be pleasantly surprised, sure, but I'm going to come in from a negative place because it looks like something I'm not going to be into, so I'm just not going to.
And I got to say, historically, I have not liked Naughty Dog games.
Oh, it's made by Naughty Dog?
Yeah.
Oh, then definitely not. No, fuck those. I know the kind of games they make. Then no. Definitely not.
But all you can do is look at the trailers and gameplay available and make a decision. And The Last of Us never grabbed me.
Yeah. It's called precedent. It's much easier to judge similar titles and elements based on precedent of similar titles and elements. You're right. And that is judging. I suppose it's judging. I don't know. It's tough. I'm judging, I guess. I don't know. Who cares? I'm not going to play it. I'm not ever going to play The Last of Us. This is not going to happen.